Hi, my name is John Kelly, and I'm with 6x6 Design Website Services here in Rochester, New York. And welcome to my website, getmystars.com. And what I'm about to show you is a huge change that has taken place in the searchscape for sure. And it's not just Google, but also Bing and Yahoo as well. Now, if we were to take a look at this particular search that I did for local, let's just say lawn services, Rochester, or lawn services near me is actually what I search for. Because when you use the keywords near me, it triggers the local results, especially in Google. Now, this brought up this map, and of course, the map is the top of the search results, which most people do look at, and it brings up what's called the snack pack, the Google snack pack, these three listings. Now, what I'm about to talk about here is how the changes in Google have affected how these have popped up here. And there's not a whole lot of people out there who know about this. So I want to make you aware of, number one, what happens with the changes of Google, but also how those changes have affected how that you would actually rank here. That's one thing. The bigger thing is simply the obvious. If you're the customer and you're looking for a lawn service, which one of these three would you choose right off the bat? I mean, would it be Rochester Lawn Care, Brockman Tree Lawn Care, or Town and Country? Well, I'm guessing the majority of you would probably have said, I'm going to choose Brockman Tree and Lawn Care. Well, bottom line is they have the best reviews. They have the most reviews, period. I mean, somebody's done all the work for you, haven't they? They've gone in and told you, reported back to you how well they do. I mean, let's face it, they would be the first place I call. I have nothing to do with Brockman Tree and Lawn Care. I'm not doing any work for them. I'm just using this as an example of how people are going to pull up search results now. Okay, so the reality is this. There's two things happening. One is changes in Google and how you rank as far as a business in local results. But the bigger thing is understanding how your reputation online is making a decision in buyers' minds. Okay, they're deciding whether you're good or bad based on how they see your reviews in the search engines. They're researching you. So it's really important now we get our reviews up to snuff, and that's what we're going to talk about here. Okay, so based on a survey done in 2017 by Bright Local about customers and how they use reviews, 95% obviously they search for businesses online, but 91% of them read the online reviews. Most of them are going to go to two or more review sites before they actually make a purchasing decision. 84% of those people trust them just like they were a personal recommendation from a friend or family member. 73% of consumers think that reviews that are old aren't really relevant anymore. Okay, now the problem with reviews, they're not easy to get. I know that for a fact. In fact, when Google first rolled out these changes in August, I was big to figure out what can I do about getting my reviews increased. So I sought out to figure out how to do that, and you know what? It's a lot of work, of course. I mean, I had a handful of them, but I found a system that works extremely well that gets reviews basically on autopilot, and I really had to just sit back and do nothing, and it happened for me. The biggest reason why you probably don't have reviews right now is plain and simply people either don't have the time, they forgot, or they simply just don't know how to do it. I mean, these are always the same excuses you hear over and over again. So I came up with a system. It's called my Reputation and Reviews Management System to show you how to get your reviews up above your competitors and also to help you rank better in the local search results. So you have a win-win situation here. Not only can you rank well, but you can also have the reviews to make it a no-brainer for people to pick you. Okay, so how does the system work? Well, basically, this is a program that I have found. This is not something that I developed on my own. This is a review service that I've went online and looked for, and there are several of them out there, but some of them were just so ridiculous that it's not funny based on price. Other ones, it's just really lacking in features, and all they do is tell you when you get a review. This particular one was hard to find, and it was only, and the reason being is it's not available to the public. It's only for advertising agencies, and since I'm an agency, I was able to get a free trial for this. This is not available to the public at all. Okay, for every location that gets a review or has the system has to have a license. So basically, I got a free trial for myself. I did it for 2 weeks, and I was amazed how quickly I got reviews. I got 17 new reviews in as little as 2 weeks. Okay, so I'm going to show you how that what happened with that, but even more importantly is showing you the effects that it had on my search results, which I was completely unaware of, and I found out by accident. And that's what prompted me to put this whole system together, because let's face it, there's not a lot of people out there doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, so while this is new, I want to make sure that you are aware of this and how you can take advantage of this. So what I did with my review license is I gave it to a client to beta test it, just to make sure that what was going on was really happening for me. So I gave it to my client, a long-term client since the very beginning when I started my business, Chuck Steele at Bonehead Performance in Pennsylvania. He does powder coating and does amazing work if you ever check out his website. Now, basically what happens is I set up a license for your business. I uh, give you your own landing page here for people to leave you reviews, so they can come from the cell phone, from a link in your email, from a widget on your website, whatever way we sent them, even a text message sends them to this page. And when they get onto this page, basically what happens from here is they move the mouse and decide how many stars they're going to give you, from good to bad to great. Now, this is the next thing I'm about to tell you is what set this system apart from every other one that I've found out there. So what if somebody gives you a bad review? Well, this system eliminates that. And here's why. Because if I pick on 4 or 5 stars, what it's going to do is allow them to go to the review site that I want them to go to. If they pick 3 stars or fewer, well, guess what? It sends them to an email form. Let me show you. So if somebody were to go over here and pick one of these stars, and if it was 3 stars or less, basically, it's going to open up a box down here, like you see here, and say, in this case, we customize what it says. I'm sorry we fell short. Please tell me more so we can address your concerns. We strive for 100% customer satisfaction. Thank you, Chuck. And then it puts in your name, phone, email, and a message so we can try to recover this customer, and rather than them leaving you a bad review. Okay. If they choose 4 or 5 stars, then it gives you the box up here in the top right. It says, thank you. Please select the site below to leave your review. Now, the sites that you see, there's about 6 of them here, but in reality is I would probably only start, like I did, I just did it with Google. I only had Google here, and that's all I wanted were Google reviews. So I sent everybody there. And you can put as many of the different review sites as you wish up here, and send them anywhere you want. Now, the cool thing about this too, though, is that this system actually walks them through how to do this. Okay, so it'll take them into the next step and take them step by step. So it takes the this is too hard, I don't know how to do this. It takes that out of it. All right. Now, as far as what review sites it goes to, there are several. Okay, depending on your business and your industry, you might go to any one of these. But we can set it up specifically what sites to send them for to your reviews, to leave your review. Now, the most important thing is giving them all the correct tools to be able to give you the reviews, because again, to take the difficulty out of it, there are a few options here. Now, here's one that I haven't tried personally, but is something that's well worth trying. And that is to be able to just add this to your email signature. So for example, you can have thumbs up or thumbs down. You could have individual buttons. You could have smiley faces, hearts or stars, or whatever the case may be. And those will all bring you to that review page regardless. So that could just go out with every single email you ever send. The next thing could be here is obviously getting a text or an email. Yes, they do text messaging. For those of you that collect cell phone numbers. And also, the best thing what I did was use the email reminder system. I basically took their name and email addresses, imported them, and then as I get new clients, I would import them into this list ongoing, and then send them out a drip sequence. So the first email goes out asking them for a review. If they don't do it, the system knows it, and it'll follow up with them a few days later, send out the second reminder. If that doesn't work, it sends out a third reminder before it stops. So it's a beautiful system, and how easy it makes it, so you're basically hands-free. You just sit back and you let this thing happen for you. Okay, now there's a couple other neat little tools too, such as a QR code that you can add to your invoices so everybody gets it on their receipts. You scan that, takes you right to the review page. Go ahead and pause this and scan that. It'll take you right to Chuck's page. We also have a widget you could add to your website wherever. In this case, it's blended into the theme of his website. It's very dark. And here's that email sequence. You can see the very first one here. It says, Steve, do you have a moment to leave a review? If not, and they didn't do it, here comes the follow-up a few days later. Steve, just a reminder, blah, 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 blah. That didn't work. Steve, one final reminder. And we could put in here maybe even an offer or something like that, which I know that review sites don't like you to do, but hey, we do what we got to do. All right. Now, the next thing is anytime you do get a review, we could also post them automatically to your Facebook business page or to your Twitter account, whichever you want it to go to, or both. Okay, so think about that. So now you have on your business page, you got subscribers and followers, and they're seeing reviews as they happen. And then you could also add to that a link to your review page right on Facebook, so others can leave you reviews as well. Beautiful, huh? So the other thing that will happen too is, in this case for Chuck, he got a Facebook review, and we never asked for it. Somebody just went on his Facebook page and did it. But what's cool about it is that it gave him a notice letting him know that he got that as well, so we can go ahead and thank them and post that on Facebook too. There's also reports that come out either weekly or monthly, and in those reports it'll give you an outreach and response rate, and you can see Chuck only started this month here in January when I released this video, and you can see that his response rate has gone through the roof. His overall reputation has grown. He's up to 5 stars overall rating, and there's more details that come in the report. Now, what's little known with reviews right now, and I know this only because I found it by accident, like I said earlier, is the impact that it has on your local search results organically. And it's not just Google, it's also Bing, and it's also Yahoo. And I found this out on my own because when I first started doing this reviews and this free trial, I was really only interested in getting the reviews. I had no idea the impact it was going to have on my local search results. So here's what happened. I did this search term that I did to get this map to pop up was WordPress Designers Rochester, something I didn't really come up well with. I did okay with it, but not great. And it's because there's so many. I mean, there's literally dozens and dozens of web designers here in the Rochester area. But take a look. Now I'm on the map. And I got 5 stars, and my competitors here have nothing. And I love that. And take a look at the radius, how far out from the middle of the city. It went all the way out to me in the suburbs here and pulled me up on the map and gave me a nice big pin marker there. Okay? So it's a beautiful thing of the impact that this thing has had. And the reason why this is taking place is because on August 22nd of 2017, Google launched another revision of their search algorithm, and it's nicknamed the Hawk. Okay, you've heard of the Penguin or maybe Panda in the past. Well, this one is focused a lot on local search results. So if you put yourself in the middle of that circle there that you see on the map, that's basically when you pull up search results, it's pulling up from a radius around you of what Google prefers is most trusted and most worthy to give to you. So the idea is to get yourself in the search radius. And the thing I found that is the bigger and the more reviews that you get, the wider this search radius begins to get, especially because your competitors don't necessarily have them. Okay? All right, so I track my rankings. I use ProRankTracker.com, and this is one of the ones that came in and surprised me. Okay, so WordPress Designers Rochester, currently ranking #1 for it. And when I started looking at this back in November, you could see I had mediocre. Okay, but I started getting my reviews before this period, and all of a sudden my ranking started going up, and then it went a little screwy for a little bit, and next thing you know, boom, constant #1 across the board to date. Okay, and not only did it happen for Google, but take a look at Bing. Okay, I don't even optimize this for Bing at all, nothing. Okay, but starting in November 20th, right around or 19th or 20th, whatever this date is, I had no rank whatsoever for this search term. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I appeared in like the top 30 or so. And the next thing you know, as the days went by, you can see, looking at a stock market ticker, you can see that I'm my ranking just kept improving, improving, and improving, improving all the way up to date. So here I didn't even try for this and I got it. All right, so what I'm telling you is that your search results are being influenced based on your reviews and based on customer feedback. This is the biggest part of the Google Hawk update that has taken place. So what I'd like to do is give you a free report. Okay, just fill out the form that I have on the page where it says get your reviews report, and I will send this over to you and show you where you stand. If you want to give me a couple of competitors, I'll send them along with you. In the meantime, do a search for what you do or what it is that you sell and add the words "near me" to it in Google. Okay, and see what comes up on the map, and you'll be surprised. Do a few different variations of that search because you may not always come up for the first search. But what I found out is that the more reviews that I got over a period of time, the more search terms I started becoming found for that I'd never realized before. The power of this is unbelievable. Okay, so please take advantage of that. I'll send you the free report. I just want to make sure that your report doesn't look like this, okay? Because if it does, if your competitors find out, well, they're going to take advantage of you. Thank you for